Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the Win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier last week we talked about Mega Exploud, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Seaking. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week we'll be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Seaking. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I feel like Seaking is literally top 5 most forgotten first-gen Pokemon out there. Now, everybody knows about Goldeen. Well, for me personally, like, Goldeen is more relevant than Seaking, considering that if you are a shiny hunter, like I was back in the day when X and Y was still a thing, I always used to fish chain for fish shinies because, like, those were the easiest, like, Pokemon to get shiny. And I know before people start commenting, if you are a shiny hunter, that it's not a full odd shiny. Well, to me, I don't give a shit. A shiny is a shiny. If you find one in the wild and it's actually legit, then it's a shiny. Like, you can't lie and just say that it's like it's not worth it. Like, a shiny, like I said, is a shiny. But once again, like I was saying, when X and Y was a thing, I used to fish chain all the time, and I always kept fish chaining, well, at least trying to fish chain for other Pokemon besides, like, Goldeen, because Goldeen was like the most common Pokemon that always came up when I was fish chaining in the routes that I was actually fish chaining on. And like literally every time, like, I want a different Pokemon besides Goldeen, I always get a shiny Goldeen. I had literally like maybe almost a whole box full of shiny Goldeens just fish chaining, and literally that's like part of the reason why I think like Seaking is somewhat of a forgotten Pokemon from first gen, just because that, like, everyone knows about Goldeen. It was in the anime with Misty. I mean, no one really knows about Seaking, so hopefully that when it comes like later down the future, or whether it's in the next Pokemon games, we will get a Mega Seaking just for like more popularity, like give this Pokemon some more love, because that's what Game Freak did to, like, for instance, Audino. Audino was like another Chansey of sorts, and it gave it a Mega Evolution just to make it a little bit more popular and a little bit more noticeable. But sometimes, like, people always forget about Mega Audino, so I'm hoping that this isn't the case when it comes to Seaking, because Seaking does get access to a very good variety of a move pool, and I feel like it can actually do a lot of work in competitive play. Now, anyways, as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything because honestly everything needed to get increased, even if it was just a little bit. Now, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 92 to base 120. Now, most of the time, or should I say actually all the time, most of the time, Seaking is a physical attacker. This thing gets access to Mega Horn, Poison Jab. What else does this thing get? Waterfall. I mean, right there, that's already a really, really good moveset. And let's see, what else does this thing get? It gets access to Aqua Tail. That's pretty much it, actually. Oh, and literally one of the best moves in the game, Knockoff. A Pokemon like Seaking gets access to Knockoff. I don't understand how it would do it, but it gets access to it, and also it does get access to Drill Run, so you have a very good variety of a move pool when it comes to being a physical attacker. So I have a feeling that if this thing does get a Mega Evolution, its main focus will be like being a physical attacker. And like with base 120 physical attack, like literally this thing is just going to be doing a lot of work in its respectful tier. Now, for its special attack, I increased it from base 65 to base 86. Now, I know a lot of people are not going to agree that I actually increased its special attack, but it does get access to special attacking moves that can actually benefit this thing to become a special attacker of sorts, because this thing gets access to Signal Beam, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, Side Beam, which is actually a very good move, Hydro Pump. What else? Surf. Like I said, Ice Beam, Blizzard. Like its special move pool isn't as good as its physical like move pool. But once again, if you want to run a special attacking like Seaking, it actually is doable, and I wanted to increase it to base 86, just so then, like, if you decide to go with like a mixed attacker, you can. If you guys want to go just like fully offensive special attacker, you can. And I also increase it because of its ability as well, which I'll get to in a sec. So I feel like base 86 is actually a very decent special attacking stat for a Seaking in general. Now for its physical defense, I only increased it just a little bit from base 65 to base 75. Now when it comes to like water types, most of the time they always get like hit by like special attacking moves like Thunderbolt, Giga Drain, Solar Beam, like those types of moves. So I only want to increase its physical defense just a smidge, just because like I feel like it could need a little bit of a boost, but not all that much, considering that most of the time when people like attack water type Pokemon, they usually just attack with like special moves, so only just a little bit into its physical defense. And for its special defense, I increased it from base 80 to base 100. Now obviously its special defense is actually pretty decent, and I wanted to increase it to base 100. That way this thing will have a little bit like natural bulk behind it. I mean, its HP maxes out at 304 if I'm not mistaken, because it is at base 80, so it's not all in vain, because like I said, it does have a little bit of natural bulk behind it, and this thing can possibly live like a Thunderbolt or a Giga Drain once it Mega Evolves. So like I said, it's not all in vain. I feel like Seaking in general can be a very, very good Mega in its respectful tier. And for its speed, I only increased it from base 68 to base 89. Like Seaking, like without a Mega, is kind of actually, I wouldn't say bad, but I wouldn't say good, because like to me, the faster the Pokemon, the better, considering that I feel like if you have a better speed control, then you pretty much have the game in the bag somewhat. And I feel like Seaking needed a little bit of an increase into its speed to base 89, considering that with a base 68 speed, like it's complete ass, because most of the time from what I've seen, a lot of people run either Choice Band or Assault Vest. So I feel like giving it a little bit of a speed increase to base 89, it'll be a lot faster, it'll be a lot more viable when it comes to competitive play, and I feel like base 89 is actually a very good speed stat for a Pokemon like Seaking, being based off of a Goldfish. Now as a regular Seaking, its base stats at 450, and with a Mega Evolution is going to be at 550. Now for its ability, I actually decided to leave it as Lightning Rod. Now this is where I was saying that I wanted to increase its special attack a little bit, considering that, like, because I've given it Lightning Rod, and if you don't know what Lightning Rod does, pretty much if Seaking gets hit by an electric type move, instead of taking damage, its special attack is going to get increased by 1 stage. So that's partially the reason why I actually increased its special attack just a little bit, because of the Lightning Rod ability. And I also wanted to give Seaking the Lightning Rod ability once again for its Mega ability, considering that it is only technically weak to electric and grass for the most part. Actually it is, those are the only two typings that it's actually weak to. So I decided to give it the Lightning Rod ability, not only to increase its special attack, but also to give it another to keep its electric immunity, because then the only thing that's going to be super effective against this thing is going to be grass types. And then like the most common like grass type move is Giga Drain, and if you're running like a Mega Gallade or just a Gallade in general, and same thing for like Sceptile, which carry a Leaf Blade, then you pretty much gonna have to worry about that only. But I don't think like Gallade and Sceptile are in the same tier as Seaking, but who knows, if Seaking gets a Mega like this, I have a feeling that it's actually going to get bumped up the tier. I don't think it's going to, just because it has a Mega. Like, I feel like whatever tier it's in, I feel like it's like the best tier for it. But like I said, I wanted to give the Lightning Rod ability, so then that way it'll actually carry over its lightning or electric type immunity, and also have its special attack be somewhat a little bit more useful as well. So that's why I've given it the Lightning Rod ability for its Mega ability. Now for its typing, I left it alone as Water. There's honestly no reason for me to actually add on a typing, considering that like I know probably a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, you should have made the same part dark, make it water dark. Honestly, I don't think that would have been like the best thing for it, because like the only dark type move it actually gets access to, which is actually viable, is knockoff. So I feel like just leaving it alone as water would be best, because in that way it'll only be weak to one typing, which is grass. So that's why I left it alone as water. So with all that said, there is Mega Seaking. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now the next Pokemon is also, I wouldn't say a forgotten Pokemon, but at the same time it's in the general area of being forgotten, and like I feel like this Pokemon needs and deserves a lot more love and attention. So hopefully a Mega Evolution would boost it in popularity, and that Pokemon is Sunflora. So yes, later down the line this week we are going to be talking about Mega Sunflora. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.